All right, guys, let's start finishing this up. This is the EQ Magnums. They are amateur ported by the customer. The only thing we changed is we took the EQ valve and we put a small back cut on it. If I can get a focus on this, you can see the back cut comes right down to where it shows it's got a valve seat. Now, you can see the evaporation ridge stock. You can see what happened to the evaporation ridge. It's still there. In order to get rid of it, you would actually need a double back cut on this valve. But for this application, I don't think that's really going to be needed. I mean, if you look at how much of that valve right now has got a nice powdering on it, that is the best we've done so far. Okay, if we look in the bowl, it's fattened back up. It was thinner last cut. With the big evaporation ridge, it was much thinner. And I don't know how much you guys can see it, but all along this ridge here is all blue now. Okay, I'm going to take that as a win. Let's take a look at the bore and see what we got. Okay, it's a much finer pattern. I'm going to take that as a win. Okay, this also looks different. You can see a definite line. Okay, and it's much wider than it was. I'm going to take that as a win. Now, we just need to compare our flows and our air speeds and find out if it's a winner for where the ports are right now. Okay, guys, we're actually going to compare 3 different flows. And what we've got far right is the original Magnum valve that had like a 20-degree back cut on it. You can see it. You can see it right here. Okay, but you have a large 45 on it. So that's this one. It did fairly well. I mean, his porting definitely, I don't remember this doing that well completely stock before, but they were also different valves. So take that with a grain of salt. Okay, then we went to this one with the EQ style valve with the straight 45 and the high evaporation ridge. It was very interesting. We lost along the whole curve, right? We got less noise than we had here, which is a step in the right direction, and we topped out much better. You only got 2 pluses. Like I said, on a street vehicle, that's only going to be 5,500, 6,000. This loss in here, I don't think that's going to be advantageous. In fact, I'm pretty sure of it. Okay, we also lost a bunch of swirl. So what we did is we put this back cut on. We brought it right to the edge of the existing line from... I can't even think of the word. When you put the stuff on it and you hone it in, I don't know. Yeah, very hot today, guys. It's Florida, it's November, and it's still really hot. So, what did we do? If you go from this to the 30-degree back cut, remember the stocker had like a 20-degree back cut. So we're changing the angles, so it's going to change how it behaves going into your chamber at this point. We got a plus, plus, plus. We still got some noise, but look at the gains. Wow. Almost 25. That's huge. All right, 20 plus, 10 plus, all right? And what I did is right around here somewhere, 5.5, I think it was. No, I bet that was 4.5. Because see how this is higher than this? This has got to be 4.5 here. Sorry, guys. At 4.5, we max out at 234, which is the best we did here, but at 5-inch. Okay? So, in reality, it just changed where it lost it on the short side a little bit. But as far as I'm concerned, this is a better curve than this. Now we need to look at this curve versus the Magnum style valve. Okay, up, 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 up. The big jump here. 128 to 135, huge. Nice jump. Almost the same, almost the same, almost exactly the same. Up only a tiny bit. Up only a tiny bit. This is our winner. Now, could we take this and put a double back cut on it? We could. But the way the liquid looks on here right now, I don't think we can improve on that, to be honest. And our flow curve, where we need it to be, is really good. So I'm going to suggest we leave it right at that. The customer will have final say. And we can compare our swirl curves. Right, from here to here, let me put some pluses and minuses on. Okay, guys, you heard me say it before. I would love a swirl curve that's pretty much dead and then starts to kick up nice around 300. Nice progression. Well, that is darn near perfect street swirl curve as far as I'm concerned. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Now, to go over airspeeds, we're just going to compare our airspeeds between these two, which is all on this. Okay, this is our evap ridge, and this is with our back cut. So let's compare those guys. Okay, all minuses. Do I think that's bad? Well, if we go from top to bottom, this one actually has more discrepancy between top to bottom than this one did. See how fast that is in the center? This is a little bit calmer in the center. A little bit less action happening on the floor. Now, the ones that I really ported out had tons of action on the floor. So I think if the porting was taken a little bit more, this would even right up. Now, you also have to remember, we're comparing at 500. So the evaporation ridge, these numbers were flowing a lot more, 234. Over here, they're only flowing 215. Okay, so that's going to make a big difference. We have less air going through because it's already lost it on the short side at that point. Okay, so it's windowing out the port. As far as this, we lost. The ratio stayed very similar. Okay, and our short side calmed down quite a bit, right? Down, down, down. I personally still think this is the winner. Now, could we fiddle around and get that up? No doubt. I mean, we already know at 450, it's equaling that. Okay, so he said he's going to use something between 480, 500. So I think that's a winner. You guys, let me know. Tell me whether I goof this up or you think we should do something else with it. The customer, of course, will have the final say because he's given me a few bucks for this, and I think that's it, guys. I think this is a winner for the amount of porting he did. Right? The amount of porting he did. If he puts a dual plane on there, the dual planes are going to knock this down to what? 208, 209, something like that. Still an easy 400 horse. He's only looking for like 380 horse, 360 horse. So I think it's right in the area. He will be getting a custom cam made up for it. So he's having some calculation issues with the cam. So we'll see if maybe we'll help out with that. In any case, discuss this up, guys, because this is a kind of interesting. Small little changes and how big a difference they make as far as port efficiency, air speeds, and swirl. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Have a good night.